No, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ernest, aka the King Slaughter, back today with another video. Today's video is a video from Mr. Nightmare. It's called three disturbing true New Year's Eve horror stories. I don't know if I'm gonna watch all three of them. I might just watch one. I'm not really sure, but yeah. If y'all haven't seen, well, first of all, I want to say thank y'all for the birthday wishes. It really means a lot. Y'all hit me up on Twitter. Some of y'all hit me up on Instagram and Facebook. Somebody hit me up on YouTube, which was actually cool because y'all seen the message that happy birthday on here. It shows y'all really active on this channel, which I really appreciate because I'm working hard to build this channel back up to what it used to be. But I'm working on a business right now, so it's kind of me trying to juggle both things. But I'm gonna make it work. I do want to say Merry Christmas to y'all. Happy New Year's to y'all. I hope y'all had a good Christmas, and I hope this New Year is gonna be good for y'all. For me, I feel like this New Year is gonna be great. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling that something good is about to happen. I don't know what it is yet. It could be the business taking off, or it can be the YouTube taking off. I'm not sure what it is, but I know God has a plan for me, and I'm pretty excited to see what it is. I dropped the video of me going to a rage room. My girlfriend surprised me. If y'all know what a rage room is when you go to a place and you destroy everything in there. It's to get your frustration out. It's to have fun. And if you like breaking things, you'll love it. Just search up rage rooms in your area and give it a try. The video is on my channel, so y'all make sure y'all go check it out. At the end of the video, I'll leave a time card to the video so y'all can just watch it. And it's a cool video. But yeah, with that being said, I really appreciate y'all. If y'all new to my channel, make sure y'all give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and hit that bell to be notified every time I make a new video. And y'all make sure y'all share the video around so YouTube and the algorithm can see that y'all not bots, and it can stop taking my subscribers away and stop shadow banning me, because for some reason I think I'm shadow banned on YouTube. But it is what it is. We're gonna grow. We're gonna move forward with it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let it bring us down. But with that being said, let's get into the video.
This happened on New Year's Eve back in 2017. I'm from Ohio, just outside of Cleveland, and I was flying home after finishing up a semester at the University of Rochester. I had to stay at school a week after the semester ended for personal reasons, so I unfortunately spent Christmas relatively alone. The flight itself was fine, but I'd already been in a sour mood before I even boarded the plane. I'm a big Browns fan, and as I was at the airport, the Browns lost their final game of the regular season to go 0-16, completely winless. And as a lifelong fan, it was a special kind of misery. I think we were the first team to go winless since like the 80s or something. To top it off, my flight was delayed, which ruined my family's plans for the night. Originally, we were all supposed to drive to my cousin's house together for a New Year's Eve party and stay the night. But because of the delay, my parents decided to leave early, taking the main car. I was stuck driving the spare car alone. My mom tried to make it up to me by leaving Vera, our golden retriever, behind to keep me company. I wasn't thrilled about making the trip solo, but Vera was always good company. I figured I'd make the most.
That's a nice house, I ain't gonna lie.
By the time my Uber dropped me off from the airport, it was creeping on 10 o'clock. I didn't even bother unpacking. I just jammed all my stuff in the car, got Vera, locked up the house, and got on the road. The drive itself wasn't anything special, just miles of Ohio back roads winding through empty fields and patches of forest. There wasn't much snow on the grounds, just a light dusting, which was nice since I hated driving in the snow. It was pitch black dark though. The only light came from my headlights and the occasional farmhouse with its porch light glowing faintly in the distance. About halfway into the trip, Vera started whining. At first, I thought she just wanted attention, but then she stood up, pacing in the passenger seat. That's when I realized she needed to go to the bathroom.
Oh, hell
I
no.
groaned, knowing there wasn't much else I could do but pull over. The next clearing I came across was small.
No, I ain't gonna lie. If my dog had to go to the bathroom, I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'm opening that car door. I'm like, hey, you go do your business. I'm gonna sit right here in that car. Wait till you done. You can come back in the car when you done, bro. I'm not getting out. In the middle of nowhere, and I don't got no weapons, I'm not getting out of that car.
Barely enough space for the car, but it would have to do. I remember noting to myself how dark it really was out there. If not for the patches of white snow here and there, I probably wouldn't have been able to see into the woods at all. I jammed my hands in my pockets and tried my best not to freeze to death. Vera didn't seem to care about the cold or the darkness. Classic golden retriever. I let her out, not even bothering to leash her. She sniffed around the edge of the trees, taking her sweet time. She didn't wander far, just enough to do her business. And that's when I heard it. All of a sudden, a loud crashing sound echoed from somewhere in the woods.
So my car insurance just went up again to $159 though.
Look, check this out. Don't worry, I got a solution.
It wasn't just a branch breaking. It was heavier and deliberate, like someone or something was moving through the trees. I literally jumped from how loud it was. Imagine a grown man sprinting through the forest. That's genuinely what it sounded like. I scanned the darkness, squinting to make out anything.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. That part of me would have been like, oh, maybe it's snow load, like it was too much snow on a branch, on a tree branch, and it just, all that weight from the snow made it collapse. And I'd have thought of that. Two, if you have a car, or truck, or any vehicle, for the love of God, some things you might want to keep inside your car. Some things I kept inside my car was a knife, a pocket knife, an emergency kit. It got flares. It got flares. It got pulleys. It got jumper cables. It got a shovel. So if you get stuck in the snow, and trust me, like that shit came in handy for me. You got a lot of stuff in there. The third thing you want, buy yourself, for the love, listen to me y'all, buy yourself the brightest flashlight you can find. Now you might have to spend some money, but you, let's look, where is it? Look. These flashlights I got from Amazon. They take batteries. You buy yourself some good flashlights, keep them in the car, so when you're driving at night and you're in the middle of nowhere, you have a flashlight. You got the emergency kit with everything you need in there. If you need to make a fire, it got that stuff in there. You got a knife, you have a shovel, you got all these things you need. Put it in your car. And I'm not trying to be that guy that tell you you're gonna need it one day, but I'm telling you, a flashlight, you're gonna need it when it's dark outside and you stuck in the middle of that road and you can't see shit, but you hear a lot of things. The brightest flashlight, that knife, and that emergency kit will save your life. I'm trying to tell y'all. So if y'all have a vehicle and nobody told y'all that before, get yourself them 3 things I just named: emergency kit, a flashlight, and a knife. And one more thing, you gonna need a radio, just in case you out there, a handheld radio, or a satellite phone, so you can call for emergency, just in case your cell phone don't get no reception. I'm telling y'all, I'm saved. Hey, if this can save one of y'all lives or help one of y'all, I will be happy. But y'all don't know how many times I hear people say they get stuck in the middle of the road, or they get stuck in the middle of nowhere and they don't have a flashlight. It's cold. They don't have nothing to start a fire with. Like, if I have my knife is over there, but my knife has my knife that my girlfriend gave me. It has a fire starter on there. It's real sharp, and I carry that knife everywhere I go. No matter where I go, that knife is with me. Just in case I get stuck in the middle of nowhere, I can strike a fire. You feel me? Like, you're gonna need them four things. You're gonna need, bro.
It was too dark to see beyond the first few trees. Before I could react, Vera bolted directly into the woods.
Oh, fuck that doggone
Some
fucking.
worst nightmare type stuff. I'm telling you. She disappeared into the trees, and I lost sight of her in mere seconds. I yelled her name over and over, but she didn't come back. At that point, my heart was racing, and it started getting hard to breathe. The cold didn't help matters. I couldn't leave her out there. That wasn't an option. Without thinking, I ran into the woods blindly, yelling for her to come back. I didn't want to think about what she was chasing after, so
I would've been
just
pissed.
ran, letting the adrenaline take over. The only light to aid me was my dim phone flashlight and the thin layer of snow on the ground. It was so dark I was practically running into the trees. I kept running, praying I'd find her before she caught up to whatever was in there. I ran until my lungs gave out from the cold, forcing me to take a break. After nearly falling over from exhaustion, I leaned up against a tree and felt myself about to break down. I honestly didn't know what to do. Then finally, I saw her. She was crouched low and shivering, walking slowly toward me. Her tail was tucked tightly between her legs.
Shit.
I had never seen her like that before. I dropped to my knees and embraced her. Relief flooded through me. She pressed against me, and I could feel her body trembling. Something had terrified her. That's when I snapped back to reality and realized how serious the situation was. We were still in the middle of the woods, and there was still something out there. I sprung up from my position and told Vera to follow me. This time she obeyed and stuck by my side like her life depended on it. We started back to the car, but I had no idea if I was going the right way. As if things weren't bad enough, I damn near jumped out of my skin when I heard crashing from behind me. I didn't think, I just started running.
Yeah.
Vera darted ahead of me, and I followed her, praying I didn't trip. The crashing sound didn't stop this time. It seemed like it was following us. I can't even tell you how scared I was in that moment. I genuinely felt like I was going to die. By some miracle, Vera led me straight back to the car, and I practically threw her inside before slamming the door shut. As I was jumping in the driver's seat, I glanced back towards the woods, and my stomach dropped. There were 3 figures standing at the edge of the woods, watching us.
Oh,
And the
hell no. Hell no. Bro, when I tell you, bruh, hell no, bruh. Nick, bruh, nah. You telling me, bruh, I'm telling y'all like this. If I got the fuck out them woods like that, if I done ran and heard them just like something behind me crunching and like breaking and like I'm like, oh yeah, somebody chasing my ass, bro. Bruh, that knife would have came in handy that day, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bruh. It's 3 of them. Hey, if you got a gun, I'm letting you know. I'm laying shit down. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
the ignition and floored it out of there. I didn't stop. I didn't even slow down. I was still in shock.
I'm shit, I bet.
EVE Online on Mac immerses you in a universe without.
It wasn't until I'd driven a few miles that I noticed Vera was bleeding.
Oh,
I
man.
started panicking as I realized there was a cut just below her shoulder blade. Someone had stabbed her. I slammed on the brakes and ran around the car to the trunk. My mom always kept a first aid kit in every car, and for once, her insistence on being overly prepared paid off. I cleaned
I'm
Vera's
telling you.
cut as best I could and wrapped it in gauze. She whimpered, and I worried that I was hurting her, but I knew I was doing the right thing. For the first time since the whole sequence had started, I felt myself begin to relax. It was over. I tried not to think about it for the rest of the drive, but I was just so shell-shocked that something like that had happened to me. I ended up not telling my parents or relatives. I don't know why. It just felt like one of those things you keep to yourself.
Shit. I don't know, hey, I missed it, bro. We was in the woods. I'm like, hey, she had to go take a piss. You know what I'm saying? She ran off. I had to go chase her down. I'm like, 3 motherfuckers pulled up. At least one of them stabbed her. Bro, I'd have been telling it all, bro. I'd have been, hey. Aw, these crazy, bro. I'm gonna watch all 3.
What I'm about to tell you is something I still think about often, especially during this time of year. This happened on New Year's Eve a few years ago. I was driving to my parents' house to celebrate the new year with them. They live a few hours away in upstate Pennsylvania, so I'd left in the late afternoon, figuring I'd get there with plenty of time to spare. The drive was supposed to be simple. I'm the type who really enjoys long drives, so a nice, peaceful drive would give me some much-needed time to think. But the weather had other plans. The snow started falling about an hour into my drive. At first it was light, just flurries dusting the windshield. Nothing to worry about. I thought the snowfall was actually quite pretty, but I'm pretty sure I jinxed myself. The further I drove, the harder the snow came down. It just kept falling and falling until I was literally in the middle of an honest-to-God blizzard. The highway turned slick and visibility dropped to almost nothing. My car, a little sedan, isn't exactly great in snow, so when the tires started slipping on even the smallest hills, I knew I had to pull over. There was no point in risking my life.
Need them all season
It was my own
tires.
fault for not planning out the drive better. I found a spot on the shoulder, far enough off the road to avoid passing cars. Not that there were many. I texted my parents about my situation, and they seemed worried sick. I tried to reassure them that everything would be okay, but I honestly wasn't too sure about that myself. I figured I'd wait out the worst of the storm, hoping it would just ease up. But the snow didn't let up. In fact, it only seemed to get worse from that point. It just kept coming, piling up around the car and on the road ahead. After an hour or so, it became clear I wasn't going anywhere that night. My dad offered to try and get out to me, but I told him that that was a death wish. I told him that if the snow didn't let up, I'd call the police, which he begrudgingly accepted as a decent solution. I really didn't want to call the police, and I didn't have AAA either, so that wasn't an option. I told myself the storm would have to let up eventually. I decided that if it didn't by the time I got tired, I'd call the police. The thought of spending the night in the car made me uneasy. I didn't want to run out of gas trying to keep warm, and I was worried about killing the battery if I kept the lights or heat on too long. I sat there,
Keep the
turning the
motherfucking
engine
car
on
running.
and off every so often, trying to conserve what I could. The wind howled outside.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Have that emergency kit in the car because it comes with a blanket. Or just have a blanket stuff in the car, in the back seat, or the trunk. Fold it in them nicely. Get one of them little bags, them little vacuum seal bags that you can smush it up and just put them in there. Bro, I'm telling y'all, bro, it would save y'all life. If y'all think about these things.
I was starting to feel the weight of the isolation when I looked at my rear view and saw headlights cutting through the storm.
And also, I feel like car manufacturers, I feel like they should have emergency kits in their cars, cause you paying for $100,000 car. Half of these cars don't even come with tires no more. You know, what you call them tires? You know what I'm saying? The extra tires half of these cars don't even come with that shit no more. I know my Charger, when I first got my Charger, that ain't come no extra tire. You know what I'm saying? That shit sold separately, nigga. Like these car manufacturers, bruh, they got to start putting like emergency kits and some more stuff in the car, bruh. Things that's gonna be useful, bruh.
Behind me, I literally wanted to jump for joy. A snowplow pulled up beside me. I was saved. I rolled down the window as the driver leaned out of his. He was an older guy, maybe in his late 50s. He
Well,
looked
he ain't that
nice.
old.
He was wearing a thick jacket and had a black knit hat that was pulled down over his ears. I remember thinking his face was really wrinkly, if that makes sense. It looked weathered, like he had spent decades in harsh conditions. I expected him to say something, but he just stared at me for what seemed like an unusual amount of time. Eventually, he spoke, asking me if I was okay. He had a really gruff voice, definitely a smoker, and it was honestly kind of off-putting.
Pedal connection?
Oh, yeah.
OBD connector? Looks pretty simple.
I told him that I didn't think my car could handle the conditions, trying to be friendly but also keep my voice steady. He nodded, saying that I wouldn't get far in a storm like this, especially with the car I had. He paused for a few moments, as if he were considering what to say. I watched his eyes scan my back seat, like he was looking for something. I was just about to respond when he offered to give me a ride. I hesitated. I didn't know him, and yeah, he seemed a little strange, but he struck me as a genuine guy. Plus, staying put with my car all night would have been stupid.
Shit.
I asked him if he could drive me to where I was going, and he said it would be no problem. I then asked him what I should do about my car, to which he shrugged his shoulders and said, leave it. After a moment, I agreed. I grabbed my bag and climbed into the cab of the plow. At first, the warmth was comforting. I felt the tension in my shoulders start to ease as I settled into the seat. He asked me where I was headed, and I told him about my parents' house. I gave him directions, and he nodded again, but didn't say much after that. The silence wasn't awkward, but as the minutes passed, I started to feel more and more uncomfortable. That's when I noticed something odd. He wasn't driving in the direction of my parents' house. I knew because the navigation was literally pointing in the opposite direction. I mean, we were on a local highway. There were only two ways to go. I tried my best to sound calm and asked him if we were going the right way in the most normal tone I could muster. I don't think I did a good job, though, because I could feel his demeanor slightly change with my question. Without looking at me, he told me we were taking a short detour.
Fuck
and
that.
the back roads would be better than the highway.
No, it won't. No, it
I
won't.
didn't know the area well enough to argue, but something about the way he said it made my stomach twist. We drove a little longer, and he did in fact get off the highway and start driving along some back road. At least the GPS said we were heading in the right direction. So I thought I was just being paranoid. Something in my gut was still telling me he was off, though. So I started looking around the cab more closely. There were red flags everywhere. Empty liquor bottles.
The fuck you in the car when you got in?
There were torn up maps stuffed into the side pockets. I caught a glimpse of a knife wedged between the seats. I felt my heart start pounding. You know that feeling where your heart just starts beating like crazy and you're worried other people can hear it? That's what was happening to me. By that time, I was also positive we weren't going the right way. The GPS kept recalibrating because he missed turn after turn, not even looking at it. I was panicking. As we continued driving, I spotted a house in the distance. It was the only one I'd seen for miles. I had to act. It felt like a lifeline. I waited until we got closer, took a deep breath, grabbed the door handle, and then kicked the door open as hard as I could. The cold air hit me like a slap, but I didn't stop. I slammed into the ground and felt my leg flare up with pain. I didn't care though. I got to my feet and started running toward the house. The man shouted something at me, and I glanced back to see him fumbling for something in the glove box.
Oh, shit.
Probably going for a gun for all I knew. I didn't look back again. I sprinted through the snow, trying not to slip until I reached the house. I pounded on the door, screaming for help. A man and
My bad, y'all. The camera turned off. I forgot. After 20 minutes, the camera turned off. So let's get back into the video.
I collapsed onto the floor, trying to catch my breath. I told them what had just happened, and they didn't ask questions. They just called the police. By the time the cops arrived, the snowplow was gone. They said they'd keep an eye out and search the area, but in that storm, finding him was unlikely.
They ain't found him.
They offered to give me a ride to my parents' house, and even helped me call someone to tow my car. I was beyond grateful. My dad was furious once he found out, and I haven't driven in the snow since. I always think about what might have happened had I not jumped out of the car when I did.
That's crazy, bruh. It's real crazy. At least he's safe.
I've never been one for parties, even in college. I got sick of the whole going out culture pretty quickly. I found that I always had more fun doing something meaningful with a few close friends. I'm from a rural area, northwestern Ontario. This happened a couple of years ago. Ever since I was a kid, my dad and his buddies had a New Year's Eve tradition of going ice fishing while everyone else was celebrating the New Year however they celebrated. My mom wasn't really in the picture, and we didn't have much extended family, so I grew up spending New Year's Eve on a frozen lake in the frigid cold with my dad, his brother, my brother, and my dad's friends. My dad isn't around anymore. My brother moved to Chicago a number of years ago, but I still try and go ice fishing as much as possible, especially as a way to celebrate New Year's Eve. I'm not really sure why. I just feel like I have some kind of obligation to keep the tradition going.
I understand
My
that.
two best friends, Nate and Trevor, are pretty rugged guys themselves. You know the type. Those burly lumberjack-looking dudes that seem more in touch with wilderness than society. That's honestly how I describe myself, too. Anyway, the three of us tried to keep the tradition alive as best we could, which was great because spending New Year's Eve alone would be depressing as hell. Nate was the one driving that day. His truck was perfect for the job. Big tires, four-wheel drive, and enough room in the back for all of our gear. We packed everything we needed. Rods, tip-ups, bait, a sled to haul everything, and a small pop-up shelter to shield us from the worst of the cold. The forecast predicted a clear night, but in Ontario, you never trust the weather reports entirely. We were prepared for anything. At least, we thought we were. The lake we were heading to wasn't a well-known spot, and that's what we loved about it. It was tucked away, surrounded by thick trees with a surface that stayed frozen solid even in the milder parts of winter. It wasn't a place you'd stumble across unless you knew exactly where to look. As Nate navigated the snowy back roads, the excitement started to build. There's something about the quiet stillness of ice fishing. Just you, your friends, and the promise of the catch. Definitely beats drinking beer after beer at some random bar. As we pulled up to park near the trailhead, I noticed someone standing nearby. He was a few yards away, bundled up in heavy winter gear.
That's how I start.
Something about him didn't feel right. He wasn't moving, just standing there, staring at our truck. At first, I thought maybe he was just a fellow angler sizing us up. But then I saw him glance down at his phone, then back at us, then back at his phone again. For some reason, it didn't feel casual. I don't really know how to explain it. It just felt off. I muttered to my friends that that guy was creeping me out. The two of them looked up. Trevor shrugged his shoulders and Nate nodded but didn't say anything. We were about to start unloading when the man suddenly rushed towards us, waving his arms wildly. I rolled the window down to hear what he was saying. He started screaming that we needed to come help him immediately and that his buddy had just fallen through the ice.
Nigger.
He pointed at his phone, saying the other guy they were with just told him. He sounded frantic, and his desperation was definitely real. He didn't even think. Trevor opened his door, and then we were all out, following the man as he took off down the trail toward the lake. We didn't stop to grab anything, not even our coats. The urgency in his voice was enough to override any second thoughts. The man was practically sprinting, and we had to jog to keep up. As we got closer to the lake, I started to notice something that didn't sit right. He wasn't leading us to the usual fishing spots. Instead, we were heading toward a more remote part of the shoreline, away from where the ice was thickest. I was about to stop following, but it was too late. They appeared in view before we could do anything. I did
God damn it.
to let me build you a completely free
Shut up.
e-commerce store.
Oh goodness.
Two more men standing near the edge of the lake. They weren't dressed for fishing, and they weren't moving. They were just standing there, waiting. I glanced down at their hands. They were both armed. My blood ran cold. One of them yelled at us to stop right there as we approached. He raised his gun and pointed it directly at me. I honestly can't...
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. And y'all can say, yo, you fucked up. If you seen that dude on his phone, and he kept looking down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up, common sense, this nigga, bro, he's planning something, bro. He's setting you for attack, bro. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, because I'm from DC, I know these, but man, I'm from DC, bro, and I done seen it all before, bro. I done been robbed plenty of times, bro, when I was younger. You feel me? So I already know the tricks, bro. And I'm so like in tune and shit now, bro. When I see it, I'm going the other way, bro. Like, nah, hey, good, bro. Hey, you tried it. You tried it. You feel me, bro? But like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? True story. I know every reaction I do a story time. Fuck it, I like it. Y'all seem to like it. Anyway, so this is what happened. It was me, Steven, my little brother Lorenzo, and our two friends, right? We was gonna play basketball. So we was going to their school. And sorry, I didn't put phone on silent. we was going to the school to go play the little, play basketball and shit. So one day we just boom. It was a good day. You know what I'm saying? The day before that, I was walking to pick them up for school, and a lady pulled me to the side. I was like, "Hey, is your name Blasey Blah?" Oh, I don't know the name she said, but so I was like, "Nah," and she was like, "Oh, you need to be careful." That's when I had dreads. She was like, "You need to be careful because you look just like that boy, and they looking for him." And I was like, "Okay," you feel me? Like it was weird. So that went to go play basketball and shit. I ain't think nothing of it, so I went to play basketball, and I seen it was two people walking. Right, there's a person walking down the street and a person walking up the street. Mind you, it's an alley right here, so they on a sidewalk. So a car pull up, and a dude hop out the car. So the person that was walking down the street ran that way, and the person that was walking up ran into the alley and ran up, right? So me seeing it, mind you, Reno, Steven, and our two friends, they just talking. So I peeped that shit out. I'm like, yo, why is everybody running right now? So I seen a car who just pulled up, you feel me? And like he popped the trunk. So he popped the trunk, and all I heard was, you know what I'm saying? I looked at him, no lie, he looked at me, was like, you know what I'm saying? But the nigga had a mean face. He was like, I said, oh hell nah. That nigga whipped that gun out. I told Reno, Steven, my friends, I said, bro, y'all stop. We got to go. They like, what's wrong? I said, bro, dude got a gun. So we turned around, we booking it to their school, and the side of the school had like some steps right there. So I said, bro, y'all get behind the steps. So we all hide behind the steps. We just sit there. Dude put the, you know what I'm saying, put the shit in the car, get in it and peel off. Mind you, the nigga looking for us, because the nigga circled that motherfucker school. All you hear was, skirt. I said, yo, fuck basketball today. We going home, bro, because I'm not getting shot out here for nothing. I don't give a fuck about this basketball game. I don't give a fuck about anything right now. As long as we safe, but we got to get the fuck up out of here. Bro, when I tell you I peeped that shit, bro, I got a lot of story times like this, bro.
Describe the feeling that you get when someone points a gun at you.
That's why you always got to stay, keep your head on a swivel, bro. Make sure you always pay attention to your surroundings, bro, because you never know what's going to go on. And every time I'm outside, bro, I'm staying looking around. I don't give a fuck. If I'm outside my house, nigga, I'm looking around. But if I open that door, I'm looking outside. When I get home at night, and before I put that key in that door, I'm looking around to make sure nobody's right there, bro, because I'm not getting set up, bro. And that's crazy, because some people will come to their house and think they safe because they made it to that front door. But when people come around that corner, people's gonna come around that corner and they gonna bop. They're gonna rob you, bro. I done seen it plenty of times, bro. That's why I say, bro, I get that shit from my father, bro. He used to be in the military. He used to be a police, bro. He told me all the time, keep your head on the swivel, bro, because you don't trust the streets, bro.
No one ever has to experience what I felt that day. My heart dropped as the man we'd been following turned to face us, a smirk creeping across his face. We'd been set up.
Yeah.
The second guy demanded Nate's keys, along with everything we had on our persons. We didn't really have a choice. These guys didn't seem like they were messing around. Nate reached into his pocket and tossed the truck keys to the man, and the three of us emptied our pockets. I tried to hang on to my phone, but one of the men told me phones too. Nate said his was in the car, which they laughed about. I've never been more furious in my life. How could we have been so foolish? I clenched my fists, wishing those guys weren't armed. I would have taken all of them on. Within moments, they grabbed everything and walked us back up the path at gunpoint, where one of the men sped off in Nate's car. The other two backed away into the woods, presumably to their own vehicle. I debated following them, but I figured that wouldn't be much help. We stood there for a moment, shivering, before Nate pulled out his phone. I knew he had lied about it being in the car. I honestly don't know what we would have done had he not thought quickly on his feet. Somehow, we still had service. He called the police, explaining everything as calmly as he could. The dispatcher told us to stay put, and we huddled together for warmth as we waited for help to arrive. I was still so unbelievably angry. Nate was the worst, though. He kept kicking nearby trees and cursing at the top of his lungs. There was nothing Trevor or I could do to calm him down. The whole thing had happened so fast. I was honestly still processing it all. Why the hell would there be people out in the middle of nowhere on New Year's Eve of all days? It didn't make any sense. I'll skip all the boring details. The cops took an official report and were gracious enough to drive us all back to Trevor's house, which was the closest. As you might expect, Nate's car was never located, and those people were never caught. The three of us still can't believe what had happened. Trevor thinks we just stumbled into the wrong people at the wrong time. That they weren't planning on robbing us, but we just so happened to be the...
No, they was planning on it, because the nigga was a lookout, and he was telling them he was texting the niggas everything, what was going on. He probably was like, yeah, it's 3 people right here on this ice, bruh. They ain't doing nothing. Blah, blah. They ain't got nobody around. It's just them 3. Hey, we gonna get these niggas today. We gonna rob them. You feel me? Like, you gotta think shit like that, bro.
Targets. I think that's possible, but it still feels so unlikely. Who just springs a trap on some random people on the spur of the moment?
Niggas who don't give a fuck,
It makes sense for them to be waiting for us at such a secluded spot.
Alright, y'all, so look. That was Mr. Nightmares, bro. I'ma like this video, bro. This was a crazy ass video. Like, I hope I put in y'all head, like, things y'all can put in y'all cars, bro. I'm not like, bro, something, bro. Like, get an emergency kit, bro. And get the brightest flashlight you can get and put it in your car with some blankets, whatever, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all, to save y'all life, bro, do this. Make sure when you go outside, bro, you pay attention to everything, bro. I don't care if it's just one person walking up that street and you, he look harmless. Oh, she look harmless. No. Pay attention to details, bro, because it will save your life. You feel me? It will save your life, bro. I done been in plenty of situations when I had that gut feeling or the guardian angels was looking over me and gave me the knowledge, hey, bruh, I don't trust the situation, you probably should go the other way. And I went the other way and shots start firing off, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro, these things will save your life, bro. Listen to your gut. If you're walking by yourself and you see like 2 people, 3 people, you feel me? And you're like, you know what? I can take them. Yeah, you can probably take them, but you can't take a bullet. You feel me? You don't know what they got on them, bro. So always look out for things, bro. You know what I'm saying? Peep everything you do, bro. Peep everything everybody, like, a person could pull up in a car right now outside the house, outside my house right now. And if I know on the main street, no cars parked on the main street, and I see a car right there parked, I'm on high alert. You feel me? I'm looking for that. Cause I'm not about to get, I don't want nobody coming in here, you know what I'm saying, mess with me or my family, bro. You feel me? So if I'm outside walking, if I'm like in my videos, if y'all see me outside walking, y'all always see me look over my shoulders, look behind me. Don't matter where I'm at, bro. I can be in the nicest neighborhood, but I'm still gonna have my head on the swivel, bro, because you never know out here. You never know what people's intentions are. Like that video, he was said, like in the video, when he was like, yeah, the dude kept looking down at his phone and back up and down and back up. Like, bro, he's trying to comment me. I'd be like, nah, he trying to set us up for something, bro. We gotta go. You feel me? We can fish another day, bro. It can be another days when we can fish, bro. But nah, we gotta get up out of here because I don't trust that, bro. And then he wait for y'all to get in the car and be like, oh, I need help. My friend fell in the ice. He just texted my phone. Why you ain't going down there? You feel me? If your friend takes your phone, say your other friend fell in the ice, why you ain't going down there? You feel me? Why your other friend trying to help? That's what I'm thinking of. I'm like, bro, I'll call the cops. Call the cops, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I would have helped, be honest with you, bro. I probably would, bro, but like I told y'all, I'm always strapped up, bro. I'm keeping something on me, bro. And yeah, they got guns and shit, but hey, if I'm walking and we going to a secluded part of the damn place that nobody goes to, I'm not going. I'm like, bro, no disrespect, bro, but you gonna have to call the police, bro. You feel me? I'm sorry to say it like that. Y'all might be like, hey, you fucked up. But hey, I done been around so many things and seen so many shit happen, bro, that yeah, I'm asking questions about everything, bro. But hey, look, I hope y'all get this video a like. I hope y'all subscribe to this channel. Make sure y'all hit that bell to be notified. I hope y'all learned something out of this video, out of those story times I tell y'all, bro. We are coming into the new year, so you know, be safe, bruh. Be safe. That's all I want. All I want for y'all is to be safe and just keep growing, bruh. Just subscribe to this channel, bruh. Share this channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save money so I can get me a computer so I can start playing games, do some gameplays on here. But y'all, I mess with y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we're gonna go to the new year with a positive mindset, man. Nothing's gonna bring us down. It's the only way is up, bro. That's the only way we can go is up. So with that being said, thank y'all. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. Happy New Year's to y'all. Merry Christmas to y'all. With that being said, this be your boy Ernest, aka the King Slaughter. You see it up there, TKS. Thank you, Amber, once again for that, bro. That's nothing but motivation right there, y'all. I'm not trying to get sentimental, but yeah, I love y'all. Thank you, Mr. Nightman, for letting me react to your videos. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.
No, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss.